So what's better than a movie with one Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Easy. Two Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Well, maybe not. This movie party could have used a third one. And with that, I'm welcoming to another episode of The Romance Room. My goal, as always, is to enhance a movie watching experience. So, Gemini Man, a newest movie by director Ang Lee, a director who I really like. He's a very accomplished director, he's done a lot of different things. So I was very excited to see this movie, what he could really bring to the table in this new action thriller. Of course, this one here stars Will Smith, one of the world's, biggest and brightest stars. Of course, Will Smith plays a government agent, an assassin, if you will. He's the best in the business. He completes his last job and now wants to retire. The job's getting to him mentally and all that, so he wants to take a break. And he discovers some information which leads now the government agency to try to go after him and will consider him a loose end and wipe him out. And who better to kill Will Smith than Will Smith, of course, the younger version of himself, who is a clone of the original Will Smith, and now he has to figure out how he can avoid being killed by himself. Again, the premise is very interesting. I like Will Smith. For the most part, I like Ang Lee. And overall, this movie is fine. It's okay. It's entertaining. This is what your classic burgers and fries movie here. Nothing exciting, but when you're hungry, it's gonna get the job done here. Now, what really works in this movie, first and foremost, Will Smith. I mean, I don't always like his movies. I don't like the majority of his movies, but he's always good in them. There's no difference here. He's very charismatic. He's got great screen presence. He knows how to handle the physicality of an action film, and he carries that very well. And he's very likable. He's always very likable. There's no question about it. The action is well done as well here too. This is primarily an action film, so that's the most important aspect about this. And that's really well done. Ang Lee does this, creates a nice, interesting set pieces here, and they're peppered throughout the movie. So it's very well paced, and there's no point that I feel myself being bored at any time. And when things started to slow down, they kick into another action scene, and they're really well done. Very well thought out. My only issue with the action scene is they got a little bit lazy at times, and what I mean by that is this over-reliance on CGI, where, instead of using regular stuntmen and etc., they use a lot of CGI, and it seems off, particularly when Will Smith is fighting himself, if you will. And I don't know if it's a combination of the CGI and the high frame rate that Ang Lee used here, the highest we've ever seen in cinema, about 120 frames per second. Something just didn't seem right about it, and it kind of took me out every so often. Not a huge deal, but if you're big on the CGI, you're going to be disappointed on that aspect. But that being said, the action is well done, and it leads to a very entertaining movie for the most part. And particularly, and of course, the big selling point here is this de-aging technology, which we keep seeing more and more of. We're going to see, it's been talked about a lot in the upcoming Irishman for Netflix, Scorsese movie coming out in about a month or so. And I got to say, this is the best I've seen that this kind of technology being put to use. It really looks like a young Will Smith at times, and it's uncanny here. And I did a lot of motion capturing, and of course, they, de-aged them, whatever the case is. And it's great. I mean, sometimes you notice in the eyes was a little bit off, but it really works because they use a lot. He's a lot on screen. It's not like they use a little bit of Will Smith here and there. You see the younger version of himself throughout the movie, and it works really well. Except for this one scene at the end, it was maybe they ran out of money. I don't know what happened, but that's the only time I really could tell, whoa, this is just not right. Everything else, he seemed good, and I like that about it overall. My only big issue with the movie here, which it was the script. It was pretty bland, by the numbers, unimaginative, particularly considering the concept that they gave us with, Will Smith being cloned and all that. And it was just, really, they didn't give us any twists and turns. It was, again, very, to the point, simple. The dialogue was off. It has some good moments of humor in there. I'll give him that much, some good one-liners here and there. But for the most part, it was just kind of bland. Not that it was the worst thing I've ever seen, but it prevented this movie from really becoming a great cinematic experience as opposed to just an entertaining action flick. And I was hoping to get, particularly for Ang Lee, I kind of wanted more of that to go along with the great visuals that this movie presented. No, although this does have a lackluster, unimaginative, narrative and story behind you, and the script particularly, it's still a good enough action film to entertain you. So I'll say this about it. If you're a diehard Will Smith fan, you love action flicks, and you're really looking forward to seeing this one, check it out. You're going to be entertained and nothing else. This is a movie you're going to walk in a week later, you're probably going to forget you even saw it. But for at least for the 2 hours that you're there, it's fine. It's okay. It's not a terrible movie. It's just not a great one. But nothing else, it is entertaining. If you're on the fence about this one, I probably recommend for you to guys to still watch it. It's still a good watch, but more so at home. This is more for me. A rental for $5 on Amazon when it comes out, as opposed to paying $10 to $15 in the theater. I think you're gonna get more out of it. There's other things to watch that besides this movie. But again, if you're dying to see it, you're gonna be entertained. Just go into the expectations. A simple script, Nothing earth-shattering, doesn't give you anything new here, but the presentation is nice. It looks great. It's shot very well. It's got good action, and of course, Will Smith's always very likable. So, Gemini Man, you guys are gonna watch it? Check it out. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.